Hello. It's Denise. running running away from home. It is Thursday, the 4th day of August, 2022, and it's 10:12 p.m. And listen to this, I can talk as loud as I want, because Bruce has gone to the Saginaw Bay to go fishing. And he's taking Jason with him. That's the scary part. Because Jason is the one that I call if I need anything when Bruce is gone. So, once again, Denise, you wanted to know if you could live by yourself, here you are. Being by yourself until Sunday night. Today, Starr came a day early, my hospice nurse. I told her about having to take a nitro, whatever day it was, and I asked for a refill on the morphine because I take 10 milligrams, which is, I don't know, 10 milligrams of oral morphine because it helps my breathing. It also helped just a little bit with that pain from my heart. And you take 10 milligrams a day, that's 0.5, that's half of a milliliter. I don't know, 20 milliliters in a, 20 milligrams in a milliliter, in a little bitty tiny syringe, like an insulin syringe. Anyway, so she reordered that for me, and I don't take it more than once or twice a day. And today has been a hard day. My heart is skipping and jumping, and I put my pulse oximeter on, and it said that my heart rate was 27. Of course, it was beating faster than that, but it's very irregular, and it's very uncomfortable because it makes me feel like I can't breathe, and I already feel like I can't breathe most of the time. Just sitting is not so bad, but when I'm just sitting and not doing anything, not talking, just looking at my computer, or watching TV upstairs, I'm not doing anything and I can't breathe, that's bad. So today is the first time I thought to myself, don't you die with nobody here and nobody to check on you, and just be a dead rotting corpse when they come back on Sunday night. And it was an honest fear today, and I kind of almost still have it. And the thing about being breathless is I know that a breathing treatment will help, but the medication in the breathing treatment will also irritate my heart because it's already like that. Well, I'm so tired of talking about this. And I've made a mistake, and I'm going into these YouTube chats, and am I doing it for attention, or I don't know why I'm doing it, but I will say like 3-4 times now I've actually given my health status, you know, I'm on hospice, and then it gets all uncomfortable for me, probably for other people too, wondering, is she lying? Because she has lied before. She ain't lying this time. But, you know, just shut up, Denise. Quit telling anybody. You don't need to tell a single solitary soul. Why? You're thirsty? You want to feel important? Which means to me that I'm still ego-driven. The ego, like hearing is the last thing to go when you're dying. Ego is the hardest thing to get rid of. But, as somebody told me today, don't think of yourself as not worthy. Tell yourself that you are enough. Girl, I'm too much. I am too much. Well, I can't do that. You know, it's really ironic that I want to let loose and just say whatever I want as loud as I want. And I can't because it's uncomfortable physically. That's just me. But you know what the good news is? I've been down here now since 8 o'clock. And in 2 hours, I've only smoked 3 cigarettes. That's a good thing. It's a nasty habit. I see people on YouTube vaping while they're doing tarot readings or whatnot, and I think to myself, oh please, please stop. If you can stop, stop. We're all gonna die. Everybody dies. Nobody gets out of life alive. But you don't want to leave life gasping for breath, air hungry, filled with anxiety because you can't breathe. And that's what emphysema and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, asthma, that's what those things are. Of course, most people who have asthma don't smoke. I wish I didn't smoke. But what would I replace it with? I'm so fat I don't need food. So today has just been a day. And I could and should and will, when I'm finished with this, I'm not even gonna upload it, go upstairs, sit on my bed, take a breathing treatment. I was supposed to take one at 8. I've been putting it off because I know it's gonna irritate my heart more because it speeds up your heart rate, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Take my nighttime meds, put my mask on. I'm on a non-invasive ventilation device. So it's like a CPAP, but it's a BiPAP. It's one of those things that people use with sleep apnea. But I do have sleep apnea, but mostly what it is it forces the air down into my lungs. It makes me feel so much more comfortable right up until 5 minutes after I take it off. And then it's like, oh, I'm dying. Because the forcing of the air, I don't have to do any work for it. And that's as close as I'll ever get to being put on a machine as I'm going to be. So, I'm hoping I survive. I survive this. I'm sure I will. I'm absolutely positive I will. Although, I don't know. This sounds stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. Why not? What do I care? By the time anybody sees this, most likely I'll be gone. But 2 days ago, I think it was, I was perusing YouTube and ask a question and pick a card. Your answer is behind the card. So I'm like, okay, well, how much longer do I have? And I picked card number 1 and it said, like, something about, like, immediate. Or how long am I gonna less. And anyway, the way I worded it, the answer was not good. According to the first card I picked, I probably should already be dead. Because the second card was, the answer was a few days, and the third card was a few months. And I didn't pick one or I didn't pick 2 or 3. Card number 2 or 3, I picked card number 1. So maybe that's sort of what's behind the anxiety that I have. That and it's just progressing. It's progressing fast, and that's what I want. Because I'll never be able to live by myself again. I'll never be able to drive a car again. I almost feel like the only way I'll leave this house is feet first. Because I couldn't boat on Tuesday. How could I not boat? Anyway. So there's that going on, and you know, just the usual stuff. I really shouldn't have. I thought I wanted to talk tonight, but I kept putting it off. And the reason I kept putting it off is because I shouldn't talk tonight. I'm not in the right mood. I will not post this to YouTube. Who cares about a fat, old, ugly, toothless woman who's dying from smoking and still smokes? Because I can hear people like, girl, why you crying? You got no room to whine. Nope, I don't. The strangest thing is happening lately. I'm almost afraid to speak on it in case speaking on it makes it stop. But I carry around this bag with me. This bag. Snap out of it is what it says. And in it are my journals and my brush, which I have not used today, my tarot cards, chapstick, my pulse oximeter, my pair of reading glasses, saline spray for your nose because the oxygen dries out my nose so much. A whole bunch of stuff is in there, you know, in my nitro pills, my nitroglycerin. And lately what's been happening is I want something out of my bag, and I'd say, my phone please, or my pulse oximeter please, or my chapsticks please, and I'll stick my hand in the bag, and immediately it's right there. And then I'll say thank you, because it feels like what I'm being asked, what I'm asking for is being given. And I feel like that. The things I'm asking for are being given. Tonight, Bruce, when he was leaving, he said, I love you, Grandma. And Bruce, you know, that's not Bruce's way. And I also wanted to say that giving him to God, he's going back to church. He goes on Sunday and Wednesday nights. And he comes back in a, well, you got to be careful, though, because evangelical Christianity is so misogynistic. And Bruce already has a tendency to be a misogynist or misogynist. He doesn't really like women as people. You say that to him and he's going to deny it to his dying breath, but he just doesn't. And I gave him to God because I just could not. I can't. And I knew this. I already knew this. I can't change him. I mean, that is what my whole life has been. My whole life has been that I am the catalyst for the change in other people. It's true. They don't change because of me, but because of something that I spark in them. That's what it feels like. And so I gave him to God because I was just getting so frustrated and so tired of trying to deal with, his belief system, his political ideology, which is so different than mine, and the way he thinks about things. Well, and so he came back from church. Today is Thursday. He came back from church yesterday, and he said that pastor gave a service on exactly the thing that I had been talking about how to change your attitude, which is that when you start thinking negative, you have to find a reason to be grateful, because otherwise you're just bitter. I mean, Bruce is bitter. He has been bitter most of his life. I mean, I've known him since he was 18. 19? 18. He's known me since I was 17. I've known him since he was 18. We met in September of 1975. His birthday is January 3rd. My birthday is December 6th. So he met me when I was 17. December I turned 18. January he turned 19. In April we got married. April of 1976. And we stayed married until September of 1998. Yeah. And I left him. He didn't leave me. He did not want me to leave. But it was just another one of those, I can't do this anymore. I just can't live like this anymore. So I gave Bruce to God. And God is working on Bruce. And I am so grateful. So grateful. But there is still, always at the core, this fear he's going to kick me out, or that I have to make myself sick enough to go into a nursing home, some sort of a facility, to get out of his hair. To get out of his way. He's not my husband anymore. He doesn't owe me a single thing. And yet he lets me live here. He allows the intrusion into his home and into his life of hospice, who come in twice a week. And he's doing it with as much grace as he can muster. And that's saying a lot, because Bruce pretty much doesn't have a filter. But he likes the ladies who come. That's the good part. I'm just glad I don't have male nurses, because it might be a different matter. Brucey likes the girls. And, I'm not putting him down for that. My goodness. He was a virgin when I met him. I left him, and then he got married again, and it's only the second woman he's ever slept with. That's saying a lot. Anyway, now I have to go to the bathroom. So I have to go. But like I said, I wasn't going to publish this one anyway. And I've got to cover this camera while it is on, otherwise I miss it.